So let's dive right in with the art and science of prompting. So, crafting good prompts. This is a concept called prompt engineering, but we want to step back a little bit and define what is a prompt. So that sounds like kind of a technical term potentially. It sounds to me kind of like an academic term. So rather than thinking technical, I like to think a little bit academic. Like when you were in school, you got a writing prompt for creative writing. I want you to write about this thing and do a report, right? That was a prompt your teacher gave you. So rather than getting bogged down in the technical, think of it more from that perspective. You are the person who is prompting. And a prompt in generative AI is just the instructions or the question that you give to a large language model like Copilot to get a response back. It's what you put in, and you're going to get something out of it. Um, Imagine if you're talking like to a highly skilled assistant and they can do a ton for you, but they can't do everything for you. And especially they can't read your mind. That's the big point here is, you have to provide enough stuff to make the LLM give you a high quality or a good result. Now, the analogy I like to use is I have a 6-year-old son, my youngest son. He's in kindergarten and he can unload the dishwasher, which is like the best trick that you can teach a 6-year-old. I love it. It's very helpful. The problem is if I tell my 6-year-old, go unload the dishwasher, chances are the dishes are going to end up in a very strange spot. He might unload the dishwasher and just put them on the floor for all I know. He might put them on the countertop. So what I need to do if I want my 6-year-old to be successful is I need to say, will you please unload the dishwasher? I want you to put the plates over here. Please put the silverware in this drawer. Also, I need you to put the forks separate from the knives, separate from the spoons. I need to give him what he needs, the context he needs to be successful. The same thing is applicable to a large language model with generative AI. Now, so the prompt engineering is how you enhance your instructions or your request. So prompt engineering is just crafting better instructions to get a better response from Copilot. Now, I've got like 3 examples here that come from Microsoft actually, where they talk about the ingredients of a prompt. And you can see that like I could say, help me prepare for a meeting that I've got coming up. And if I just leave it with that, who knows what's going to come back? The format might not be very readable. It might just be paragraphs of text. Who knows where it's going to pull it from, that type of stuff. So you start out and you're just like, you're thinking in like Google search terms, right? It's like, I want to get as little text as possible to just get search results. Well, with a large language model, if you give it a little bit better context and say, hey, I'm preparing for this meeting. We're going to talk about our audit engagement with this client, and I want to get up to speed quickly. You're giving it a little bit more of a nugget of information. And then a really good one is if you say, hey, I'm preparing for this meeting with this client. This is what we're going to talk about. By the way, I want 3 to 5 bullet points. I want to be able to read it very quickly. I don't care about information that's too old. So only give me stuff since June, and I need it to be simple, right? So give it, even more context so that you can have a successful result. So if we break down that particular prompt into the ingredients that Microsoft has talked about in the past months, we have 4 main ingredients here. You've got the goal, what you want Copilot to do. You've got why you want Copilot to do this thing. So, what the context is. And then, where should Copilot look or where should it pull from? I want you to focus on emails and chats just since June. I don't need everything in the history of my career. I just need June. And then, how do you want it delivered? That's the expectation that you're setting.